Hey everybody, hope you're all doing good, because I'm not doing very good after this tournament here at Neely Henry at the Bass Open. What a dumpster fire, nightmare, disaster, whatever you want to call it. So if you don't like to hear griping and moaning and complaining, this is probably not a good video for you, because in my tournament recap here I'm going to give you, that's basically what it's going to be. Man, I just got done loading the boat up, heading back over to the next tournament now. And I always said, going into the Bassmaster Opens, you can't afford to have one bad day and make the Elite Series. And I had my bad day today. I caught one fish that weighed 1 pound and 1 ounce, which gave me a total. I had a limit yesterday for almost 7 pounds, so that gave me less than 10 pounds for the tournament. And it was a disaster for me here. This tournament, I won't even finish in the top 100 this tournament. I'm guessing the way it's going to look, with just a catastrophic tournament like this, which it was catastrophic for me, it's probably going to drop me down enough in the points where I'm probably going to have like 3 top 10s in a row to make it to the elites after this tournament. And that's what, I always said, there's no wiggle room in these. When they only take 4 people, you cannot have one single bad day on the water. And so I was going to go over what happened here.
In 10 miles, keep right onto I-59 South toward Birmingham.
I knew it was going to be a tough tournament, and I'd fished Neely Henry before in the past. I knew a little bit about it, so I knew that I wanted to fish shallow, and I'd probably be doing a lot of junk fishing around isolated targets. And I practiced for 3 days down here. Had a tough practice. I was getting a few bites. I think the first day of practice I had, what I thought was like 5 keeper bites, and I had 2 or 3 a day for the next 2 days. But when I'd get a bite, I didn't have any hooks on, and I would leave that area and not really know what was there on top of that. And I was really basing this tournament based upon what was caught in the Toyota series here a month ago, which was not the case. Because yesterday I went out and I had 2 different deals working. I had sort of a junk fishing deal going around close to the takeoff, where I was flipping, throwing a crankbait a little bit, just fishing everything that looked good. And I actually had the first day, I junk fished around to five bites, and so I had that going on. And then I started fishing up the river the last 2 practice days, and I didn't get a lot of bites. I shook off a couple fish each day, but there was a lot of potential, I thought, up there. There was a lot of water. I didn't see a lot of boats at the time, and I just felt that there was more potential up there. So yesterday, the first day of the tournament, I ran up the river and I stayed up there all day long, basically just flipping wood the whole time. And I had 7 keeper bites that weighed almost 7 pounds. And I was really disappointed I didn't get any good bites up there. One of the things that was different, there was a ton of boats up there. There was 3 times the boats up there than what I'd seen in practice. And they didn't start running current till late in the day. So I sort of chalked it up to the fact that even though I did catch a limit yesterday, I didn't catch any good fish because, it was slack water pretty much all day. But still, going to weigh-in yesterday, I had 7 pounds, and I thought that I'd probably be in like, 50th or 60th place with 7 pounds, and it turned out I was an 80th, 2 pounds out of the top 40. And I really needed to finish what I figured was probably in the top 30 here in this tournament to make up, get back in the points race, move up from my 9th place standings. So last night was a real dilemma for me. I just could not decide what I wanted to do. I just went back and forth what I wanted to do. And even going out this morning, I wasn't sure. I felt that if I went up the river again, I'd have a chance to catch a limit, but since they're not running current up there, I didn't know if I could catch what I needed to catch to make up, because I felt I needed to catch like 11 or 12 pounds today to make up and hold my ground. And I didn't feel like I could do it up there. So I made this decision. I felt that I looked at the standing and I saw quite a few of the guys that were in the top 10. I knew they were fishing close and down the lake a little bit. And I just felt that my potential with all the release fish were better to catch an 11 or 12 pound bag, if I stayed down low. So I started out today. I fished a bunch of the stuff I got bit in practice, stayed fairly close to the takeoff, ran 3 or 4 miles away. And the problem I had is that every place that I got bit in practice, there were boats. I mean, they're on all of them. I just could not get on the stretches I wanted to fish. So about 10 o'clock, I hadn't had a bite, and you know how you get that gut feeling, and I worked my way back to weigh in, and I caught a small keeper right close to the takeoff, just a 12-incher. And like at 10:30, I just got that one little 12-incher, and there's just boats everywhere. It doesn't feel right. I'm not comfortable with what I'm doing. So I had one area way up the river past where I caught them yesterday, about 10 miles up there, where I caught one on a crankbait, a decent one, like a 2-pounder. So, and there was quite a bit of water like that. So anyway, I ran all the way up the river, like 35 miles up the river, to get into this area that I'd caught that one on. And I get up there, and there's like 5 boats on this spot, and one of the guys is close to leading the tournaments up there because the camera crew is up there filming him right on the place where I caught that 2-pounder. So obviously I can't move in there. I can't fish that. So I bailed out, ran back down the river to where I caught him flipping yesterday, and I started working. I was going to start working the same water I did, and there were boats over all the stretches I wanted to fish. It's like all the places that I had gotten bid, the key stretches of lay down wood, they had boats on them, and there wasn't running any current. And I fished up there for probably half an hour, and at this point I'm getting spun out. It's like there were boats on all my good water, all the water I wanted to fish. There were boats on it, and I just did not see myself going in there on top of a bunch of people and catching an 11 or 12 pound bag. So I sat down the boat and I said, I have just got to make some type of a move. And I just told myself I'm going to go practicing. So packed up the boat, ran another 50 miles, probably 40 miles down almost to the dam, and I just started junk fishing docks, fishing grass, fishing this and that. And it was like probably 12:30 when I got down there, and nothing, and nothing is feeling right. So anyway, I had
in 2 miles, keep right onto I-59 south toward Birmingham.
There was one dock that I got bid on fairly close to practice. So I said, and I had about an hour left to fish. So I said, well, I'm going to run back there and start fishing. I'm going to hit that one dock, and at least there's some more in there. Maybe pick up a few there. So I ran back in this creek to where that dock was, and I get about 100 yards away from the dock, and I freaking nail a stump with the boat. And I bent my skag, which I just got repaired from hitting a stump at Sam Rayburn over there. And it's like, at this point, it's like, man, what else can go wrong? But there was still more that can go wrong, because I pulled up to that dock where I shook the fish off in practice, and I pitch up underneath there, skip up underneath there with a spinning rod, and I get a bite, and I set the hook, and it's a big one. It's like a 4 or 5 pounder, big fish, and I get it out from underneath the dock, all the way out. It was way up underneath the dock, and I get it completely out from underneath the dock. And when I get it out from the dock, it got some loose line, and my line got behind.
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right onto I-59 south toward Birmingham.
Wrapped up behind my bail, and I've got this green 5-pounder on, and it's like I'm going, you got to be kidding me. So the fish starts to make a hard run, and I kick the trolling motor on. I'm holding the rod out as far as I can, and the line is right at the breaking point because it's stuck in the spool.
Keep right.
Anything, and the fish comes up and wallers and comes off. 5-pound class fish.
In 12 miles, take the exit to merge onto I-65 North.
The spool on the spinning reel. So at that point, it's like, you know, it's just like the wheels came off. I mean, I junk fished around a little bit more, you know, came back to weigh in, you know, had the one fish that weighed 1 pound, 1 ounce. But man, I'm telling you what, it's been a long time since I've been so frustrated on the water. I mean, everybody has it. I mean, you all, if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. You've had those days where you go out there and you get spun out, nothing's working. It's like that your timing's wrong, your casting's off, you know, every move you make is a wrong move. I had one of those days today. It was just one of those, just like I said in the video, it's a dumpster fire disaster day for me, and a disastrous tournament. So anyway, going to Lake Cherokee now. I've got to completely change my strategy. I've got to focus on winning these last 3 tournaments. I can't be focused on just, you know, going out there and trying to maintain or catch a limit. I've got to do whatever I can to make up a lot of ground fishing, you know, for big fish. I've got to do that. So that's my plan the last 3 tournaments. So anyway, thanks for letting me vent a little bit, y'all. I mean, it really helps out to be able to just talk to it. Sometimes when you have a bad tournament like this, you just need an ear. You just need somebody, you know, to talk to and to get it all out there. And so I feel better already about that. So anyway, getting ready to head over to Lake Cherokee. I hope you guys are doing good, and hopefully next tournament I'll have more of a positive report. See ya.